The Dow's up 162 points, so it will end that 8-day losing streak that it had. We've got gains for all of the indices. The Nasdaq is a bit of a laggard, just lower. The Russell's also lower today, but in the end, a better end to what's been a tough week. Quick look at the sectors so far today, and we see that energy, big rebound. We'll come to that in a moment. Telco's up, materials up. Tech is the only one suffering, hence why, or one of the only ones suffering, hence why we've seen the Nasdaq a little bit lower. Let's talk about the story of the week, though. So yes, we've got a bit of a gain for the Dow today, but it will end the week as a whole down some 2.5%. There is the Dow for the week. No, sorry, with today's gains down just shy of 2%, but still been a negative week. Sectors for the week as a whole: industrials suffering, trade fears, utilities gaining as a boring, risk-averse sector, which is the story really there. Let's look at the week to date of oil as Bob Pisani joins me, clearly getting a very big jump today because of that OPEC meeting, not increasing production as much as expected, up 5.6%. And then 1 week to date chart as well of the DAX, those German automakers suffering, as we know. The DAX had a nice bounce today, as did European equities, but it's still down some 3% for the week as a whole, which highlights that even though we've got a bit of declines here this week, Europe's suffering much more, Bob.
Yeah, we did get a little bit of good news. The manufacturing numbers today, the PMI for Europe, were better than expected. And, Europe's been in a slowdown. Their earnings numbers, their economic numbers generally are well below ours. So that's a little bit of good news. Europe was up about 1%. The thing about this week is the damage. You mentioned the industrials down about 3%, materials down 3%. There's your trade. In fact, semiconductors also rolled over a little bit and rolled over a little more today. I think the thing to watch here, over the weekend, there have been unsourced reports all day that some people in the Trump administration are in favor of restarting the negotiations with China on tariffs. That showed up a lot in the commentary this morning on the trading desk, even though get somebody's name to say as a high-ranking official that this is what we're doing. No, we don't have that. So look for maybe some clarification on whether that's happening. Generally, that certainly would be market positive. Other than that, we're waiting here for the rebalancing here, the Russell rebalancing. There'll be some big volume at the close, final prices. There'll be some reweighting. A lot of money will be moving from the Russell 2000 into the Russell 1000. And of course, this is what we call that triumph of the index here. So all of the ETFs and all of the people who are buying passive funds like the S&P 500, the Russell 2000, they want to own those funds. Today, they're all being rebalanced, all of the stocks in the group. Apple is going to be a little bit for sale. They're reducing their share count for a long time. JP Morgan is reducing their share count. Grubhub is going to be going from the 2,000 into the 1,000 because that stock, Grubhub, was $40 a year ago. That's been a monster. So the market capitalization's gone up dramatically, and congratulations to them. They've become a big cap stock. Bluebird and Exact Sciences, a lot of these biotech companies, they're seeing some share count changes as well. They're also going from the Russell 2000 into the Russell 1000. So there's a sort of like a graduating class in a way.
So we're going to have a lot of volume into the close. We've got just over a minute left. The Dow's up 130 points. Let's talk about another thing this week. The dollar, so basically flat coming today, a little bit soft today. Is that a bit of reprieve? Has the dollar strength in the prior weeks played into market weakness?
The trend is a real problem because we've seen the dollar just rise. This is just a temporary thing today. And we've seen a number of companies. Red Hat today came out specifically and said the dollar rise is a problem for us, and they're adjusting their numbers as a result. Oracle said that.
They'll be on Mad Money later as well.
So look now, Will, for earnings commentary now to be the strong dollar to be very prominently featured.
As we approach the close, we've got about 30 seconds left. We are holding on to gains on the Dow, but we've slipped significantly, only up 111 points. We were up about 160 earlier, but we are still looking at gains for the Dow, for the S&P, the Nasdaq and Russell lagging somewhat.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.